So for those out there who may not know who you are, please inform them and also let them know exactly what part of the country you're representing.
Well, I represent the whole country, but I reside in Los Angeles. I grew up in Los Angeles. I moved to Los Angeles when I was about 3 years old. I'm from Texas, but I consider California my home. Los Angeles to be exact. My name is Rick Ross. A lot of people call me Freeway Rick, Freeway Rick Ross.
Okay. So everyone practically knows your story. Like, as a matter of fact, I was just sitting here watching 100 Kilos again before you called. And if they don't know, they need to know. But what I would like to know is, how did you go from being this kid that enjoyed playing tennis to being one of the country's most notorious drug kingpins?
A lack of education, a lack of opportunity, and what looked like opportunities in my community. In my community, we didn't have the privilege of doctors, lawyers. I'm doing an interview, y'all. We didn't have the privileges of doctors and lawyers and real estate agents and stuff like that in our neighborhood. In our neighborhood, there was pimps, hustlers, car thieves, jackers, and those wind up becoming the trade that looks the most promising.
Okay. So it's like, for those people who aren't familiar with the story, basically 1 minute you are making millions and millions of dollars a day, and then the next you're being interrogated by the CIA, the Congress, the Attorney General. I mean, like, when you first got into the hustling game, did this ever cross your mind that you would end up doing 20 hard years behind drug trafficking?
Absolutely not. And after 20 years, what was more scary than the 20 years was the fact of having a life sentence and without the possibility of parole. You know, thinking that you may do the rest of your life in prison was more, how do you say it, more stressful or more strenuous than actually doing 20 years. Doing 20 years was easy.
Yeah.
The possibility of not ever getting out again was really frightening. And when I started, I didn't know that I would become that big in the drug business. When I started, I only wanted to make $5,000. My expectations was really small.
Yeah. And I can't believe they would give you life over drug trafficking. It's people out there that are out here murdering women, children, everybody, and they're getting less time than the drug dealers. I don't get that.
Yeah, well, that's the case. You know, when Reagan and his administration was finished with raising money for the Contras, you know, they got really tough on drugs, and you know, they came up with the law giving 100 to 1 for crack cocaine. Well, if you had 5 rocks, which was equivalent of 3 grams, you could get 5 years in prison and it would be considered a felony.
Wow. Was there ever a point where you thought you could have quit and gotten away with everything? And if so, like, what held you back?
Well, I did eventually quit before I got caught. But with the thing is, you know, they get 7 years. The statute of limitations is 7 years. So after you commit a crime, they got up to 7 years before they have to arrest you. And I wanted to quit, but, you know, greed, you know, always pulls us in and won't let us quit.
Yeah. Okay.
We know we should. And also, you know, I didn't mind going to prison. You know, I always knew that the things that I was doing would land me in prison one day, and I was willing to accept that. I just didn't know that it would land me so long.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, like when you were released 2 years ago, like what type of reactions did your community have? Like, did they welcome you back home, or like was there some type of sort of resentment from them?
Well, my community has been overwhelming to me. I mean, they love me and they understand what I did.
That's
why
good.
I did it. You know, because most of them have done the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one out of every 3 black males is either on parole or have been in the judicial system.
Mm-hmm.
So they understood, you know, where I was coming from, and they understand me. Mainstream still don't, you know, they still try to look down on us. But at the same time, you know, this country has committed so many crimes on its own that there's no way that they should be able to point the finger at anybody else.
That's true. That's true. Okay. And like looking at your life now, looking back at it, like do you have any regrets about anything?
Well, you know what? I don't really have regrets, because had I not did the things that I did, I wouldn't be the person that I am today.
That's true.
So I don't necessarily have regrets. I know that I could have did things different.
Yeah.
And could have had a different outcome. But you know, when you look at things in hindsight, it always looks like that. But at the end of the day, it's about the future right now. I'm looking forward and not backwards.
That's true. That's true. And it kind of brings me to the point where I feel like your whole thing against the rapper Rick Ross, because like you say, you don't really have any regrets, because if it wasn't for what you did and who you are from the past and now, I mean, he would have never, people probably would have been like, Rick Ross, okay, that's just another dude. But your legacy behind that name, I feel like it really says something. I mean, what's going on with that situation? Are you still like in trial for him trying to take the name?
Absolutely. And his name is William Roberts, for the record. Yeah, it's not Rick Ross. But yeah, without a doubt, had I not did the things that I did, he wouldn't be who he is today, and I wouldn't be who I am today. So I'm just thankful to be alive and to be free. You know, those are the main things that I look at. And you know, now that they changed the crack law, a lot of guys are starting to get out of prison that was illegally locked up, you know, for this bias law or racist law. And you know, I'm just thankful that I've been able to be a part of it.
Okay. And moving on to the future, because I hate to dwell in the past. Like, you have so much going on right now since you've been out. Like, you have so much in the works: record labels, movies, video games, TV series, books. Like, I'm not surprised you ain't came out like with a clothing line yet. Like,
I'm working on that too.
What's the name of it?
We don't know yet. Right now we're just going with the Rick Ross.
Okay.
We're just doing T-shirts, but eventually, you know, I want to add other things into the fold. Okay,
well, please keep me informed, because I love to help promote that and get that out there for you.
I got you.
Okay, and how did you come up with the idea for freewayEnterprise.com? Because I heard that you're like in competition with MySpace and Facebook.
That's my goal, is to catch them. When I was in prison, I was just reading about MySpace, and then while I was reading about MySpace, I saw this other young kid out of Harvard University come up, and he had this company called the Facebook, and I started paying attention to him because he was saying things like he was going to catch MySpace, and people thought he was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I watched him catch him, you know, and go past him.
Yep.
So, you know, I said, if this guy can do it, and I know I'm smarter than he is, then I can do the same thing.
Okay. And tell the people out there exactly what freewayEnterprise.com is, because I'm a member of it, and like I love the site.
Okay. God. Well, Freeway Enterprise is going to be a site to where people can go and get help. What I did is I said that there was no websites out there that was really out to help the people, you know, to inform them, to help them with their careers, with getting their careers off the ground. You know, like, say for instance with rappers, I felt that it should be a website to be helping them put on tours, helping them distribute their music.
Right,
and
right.
just basically, you know, helping people in not only rapping, but in modeling and dance and acting and just all the different fields that people are in. And I felt that MySpace and Facebook were doing a lousy job at helping in those areas. So I said that I was going to create a site that really helped in those areas. And that's what I did when I created Freeway Enterprise.
Okay. I think it's a great thing that you have going, and I encourage anybody that's out there that's trying to put their name out there, or they're like a true entrepreneur, they definitely need to join the site because it's a lot of networking opportunities on there.
And it's only going to get better. We just created a poll where we're going to be ranking artists, you know, over the week, artists of the month, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually we're going to be doing some things that for the artists will win those positions that nobody else is doing, and it's just going to be off the chain.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay, so now I have to ask this because after all, this is called Naked Hustle Magazine. How do you feel about the adult entertainment industry? I mean, do you support it? Are you against it?
I mean, it's cool. I mean, it is what it is. You know, everybody got their own thing, how they do things, and I have nothing against this industry. You know, that's the way they do their thing. That's how they get their money, and you know, I just don't indulge, but you know, everybody do their own thing.
Okay, alrighty. And I have to give a shout out to adult star Suave Triple X, because he's the one that put me on to you. He's the one that actually he was like, you know, with this edition, he's like, you cannot have a Hustlers edition without the real Ricky Ross. I'm like,
without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta give him a shout out as well, because I'm gonna put the hustling in the hustle.
And that's what's like. How did you meet him?
Huh?
How did you meet Suave Triple X?
I don't remember. I meet so many people every day that I get lost.
Okay. I understand. Trust me. Okay. And what makes you a hustler?
I don't know. I mean, it's just something in me that makes me get up early every morning and make me want to go all night. You know, it's like I don't want to sleep. I hate to go to sleep at night.
Wow. Okay. And
yeah.
What type of advice do you have for that little boy out there that's like struggling in school and he's considering getting into the drug game?
Well, the same energy that it takes to get into the drug business and make it to become successful, you can take that same energy and channel it into any other business, and you will obtain that same type of success or even more. So I would encourage them to try something else and try hard as they can, you know, because a lot of times we're trying the drug business as hard as we can, but when we get in other businesses, we don't try as hard. So,
that's true.
You are the cream of the crop. Act like it.
Okay. Alrighty. And what can we expect from Ricky Ross in 2012?
Hopefully we'll be shooting this movie, and hopefully Jamie Foxx will be playing my role.
I saw that tweet pic that you put on Twitter. I'm like, okay, is something in the work?
We've been in talk, but you know what I'm saying? I can't say too much.
Okay. Because I was about to ask you about Leonardo DiCaprio, too. I heard he's supposed to be reporter Gary Webb.
We had talked about that. I don't know what we have right now. We don't have anything locked in yet with nobody as far as acting goes. But we're getting some deals done.
Okay, will you be recruiting like outside people, like aspiring actresses and actors for any type of roles?
I think we did that already. You know, we had a contest on Freeway Enterprise with two people won, a male and a female.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't announced who they are because I don't want to do that until after we get the movie greenlit, and then I'll make the announcement. So I don't know if we'll be doing that with this movie, but we still have some things open for the soundtrack. I want to do something similar to that for the soundtrack. But again, whoever that I do that with will have to be a member of FreewayEnterprise.com.
Okay, and that's completely understandable. Okay. And what's the best way for someone to get in contact with you? Is it FreewayEnterprise.com?
Yes, that's one way. They can email me at rickross90746@gmail. But I don't want to talk to nobody that's not a member of Freeway Enterprise.
Okay. Okay. Well, I hope they...
I'm not being rude, but that's just, you know what I'm saying? If they don't take the time out to at least join my website, I don't think that they'll take the time out to do the things that it'll take for us to do business together.
That's right. Why should you support them if they're not supporting you?
Exactly.
Okay.
And really, when they support me, they support themselves.
Exactly. There you go. Okay. Well, Mr. Rick Ross, I would like to thank you so much for doing this interview. I think it's probably going to be one of my best issues yet. Before we go, do you have any last words or shout outs?
Yeah. Shout out to all the members of FreewayEnterprise.com. Let's go to the top. And also, if anybody out there looking for some work, I got a new software for taxes, and we're looking for people who want to learn how to prepare taxes this season and make a whole lot of money doing that. You can find out at FreewayEnterprise.com or Freeway Financial, and it gives you all the details. So holler at me. I'm out.
Okay. All righty.